I know it may sound crazy to some of you, but one of the biggest features I am most excited to test on my Galaxy Z Fold 4, should it ever decide to arrive, not really a huge feature to everybody maybe, but it's one I'm most excited about, is something really simple. It's just the new taskbar down here at the bottom. Now you may already know that on the current Fold line of devices, you can pin a taskbar that is similar to this on the side. So I know that it's not going to be like a massive change because we're basically just going from a taskbar on the side to a taskbar on the bottom, but it looks like there are some nice little quality of life things added to it that I am really looking forward to test. And you can see in this video here sent to me by Mr. Montrell himself that you can launch an app directly from that taskbar, but then you can also drag an app from that taskbar up onto the screen to automatically split window. There's also an app drawer on the far left-hand side of the taskbar as well. I just think that it's an improvement on the bar that we had over there on the right. And the cool thing about it is that this is just part of Android 12L. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 is the first device launching with Android 12L, and that taskbar is from Android 12L. So, like in a lot of situations, Samsung saw a need, a problem, something that they needed to fill on their Z Fold line. They thought a taskbar made a lot of sense, so they made one, and they went ahead and solved that problem on their own, and they gave you quite a bit of flexibility, the ability to make that thing be permanently there, always on the screen, which for me was super cool because it allows you to just kind of rapidly switch between apps, but then also to drag one over and split screen it. So this is basically just moving down there where I think it will become more accessible to either, see I'm hitting stuff by accident there. I think it'll be more accessible being down here, easier to actually use than having to reach up there. So again, there are some changes, but it's not something that's that crazy. Samsung made this on their own. Android saw it and thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So Google decided to bake that functionality into Android, tweak it a little bit, maybe make it a little bit better, maybe make it run a little bit better. You saw there once I drug it over and it didn't actually work. Hopefully that's not a problem on the new version. And now Samsung says, cool, you're going to be able to have the old taskbar if you like the side one that we made, but now we have the Google official one. You can use that one as well, and it looks really, really good. Now, a really cool thing about this is that as a software feature, as it is, it can come to older generations of the hardware. So if you're someone who maybe has a Z Fold 2 and sees nothing wrong with it and doesn't feel like they need to update, but you would like to have that feature, well, apparently One UI 4.1.1 coming later this year will bring that new taskbar over because that 4.1.1 will bring you up to Android 12L. So this is really, really good to see. And this is something that Samsung does. We actually think that maybe some of those cover display features that we saw on the Z Flip 4 might eventually get brought to the Z Flip 3 as well. This is something that Samsung has a tendency to do. We got the ability to pin that taskbar on the Z Fold 3. Well, the Z Fold 2 got it as well. I imagine that the Z Fold 1, I believe it did as well. They like to add these new features to their hardware and then roll them back into the older pieces of hardware. And that being said, I've criticized Samsung in the past because devices like my Z Fold 2, they would regularly fall several months behind on security patches. I would like to see that stuff be kept up with so they don't always deliver consistent updates to older devices. But when big feature drops like this come, new things on the new hardware, a lot of the time, they do bring them back. Now, we're not talking about the A series, we're talking about their premium phones. They do try to make sure that you feel like, yeah, we're supposed to, support this hardware for X amount of years. I forget how many Samsung says now, maybe it's like 4. But they want you to actually feel like they're actually supporting it. So you're not just getting security patches every 6 months. You're actually going to get those new features if you ponied up and paid for one of their premium devices. So I think this is really good news. If this leak from Anthony here is true, if this bit of information, maybe it's not a leak, maybe it's just a report, if it is in fact accurate, this is good news because I know a lot of you guys and gals out there have Fold 2s and Fold 3s, and maybe this is something you wanted to try, but you didn't think it was worth trading in and trading up to the Fold 4 just to get it. Hopefully it will in fact be coming to you so that you can multitask and buy different jackets for your dogs there, as we see in that photo. Guys, thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.